What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you guys how to take the knots on your wig from this to this in just a matter of seconds, so keep watching.
You ain't mine now, let me find out. Didn't see that coming, made me wanna put my eyes out. For spending life together, I guess I was blind.
Alright, y'all, so the first thing that we're going to start off with is our ingredients. I'm using the 30 volume cream peroxide developer by Superstar just because I feel like 30 is a good place to start off with as a beginner, and this video is for beginners. Next, you'll need a powder. I'm using the BW2 powder by Clairol. And lastly, you'll need a toning or clarifying shampoo. I'm using the purple shampoo by Shimmer and Lights. And of course, I have something to mix it with. I'm using a plastic knife to make my mixture. I am going to be using two wigs in this video for two examples, but the main wig I'll be focusing on is an 8-inch curly wig from a new company called A Shine Hair. Make sure you guys go check them out. The quality is amazing. I'll vouch for it. Y'all know I won't vouch for anything that's bad. And this wig is a 13x4 frontal wig. It has not been bleached yet, so I'm just taking it out the bag for you guys to see. I recommend that you guys start off with gloves just because if you have a minor cut on your hand, the bleach gets in it. It will hurt so bad. So yeah, make sure you guys use gloves because you are dealing with a lot of chemicals right here. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to measure my bleach into that level scoop that it comes with, and I'm going to put 1 scoop into my bowl. After that, I'm going to put my bleach aside, and I'm going to put a little bit of developer and mix it to show you guys the consistency. So as I'm mixing it, you're going to notice that it might look like a lot at first, but once I'm mixing it, it's starting to clump up because the bleach is very thick and it's not really working. This is actually the wrong way to do it. And right now I'm going to show you guys the correct way to do it. So I add in just as much developer as there is in that blue scoop of bleach. So keep the amount of developer and bleach the same. It works out perfectly for me. And as you can see, I'm scraping the sides, making sure I get all the powder in. You're going to get a thick mixed consistency. This is the consistency that you want. After I did that, I realized I wanted to make more bleach because I was going to do two examples, one on that frontal and one on a closure wig. So right here, I'm just adding a scoop of powder and then doing about the same amount of developer and then mixing it into my already previous made mixture. Your mixture needs to be thick enough to spread, but not thick enough to the point where it's falling off the knife like every time you're mixing it. It kind of looks like Cool Whip on the camera, but when I put it on, I promise you it's not. So now we are going to take our mixture and apply it to our frontal. You are about to see the consistency of it. You see how it's not falling off the knife no matter what I do? That's the consistency you want. Right here, I'm just spreading the mixture on. Make sure you do not rub it into your lace. You are literally just applying it and then lathering it over the top. Don't smush it into the lace. It should not be able to seep through your lace either. Just sitting right on top of the knots. Act like you're making a very thick peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I know it sounds ridiculous, but it works. It really does work. I recommend starting from the back of the wig just because the knots on the front of wigs tend to lighten faster. I'm not sure why. And also, you don't want the front of your wig to be over processed because then you end up with orange spots, a whole bunch of stuff. And as a beginner, it's pretty hard to go back in with jet black dye and make sure you don't stain the lace while trying to color correct all the spots that you turned orange on the actual hair. So I'm starting from the back and I'm just working my way forward. As you can see, if there is extra bleach in one spot, I'm carefully just moving it to a different place. I'm not smushing any of the bleach into the lace, and my bleach is thick enough to not be goopy or be dropping everywhere. You can see I have a very light hand. Now when I am done, I'm going to pick up the wig and then place it down on my foil paper. This is why I started with foil paper in the beginning. If you're a beginner, I recommend laying your foil paper down near you or where you are bleaching, so that way your bleach doesn't mess up everywhere and you could just put the wig right on it. And I'm pressing down the edges, making sure that the wig is fully flat. The frontal part is flat onto the foil paper, and I'm just going to fold that over like a piece of chicken. So after I'm done with my frontal example, I'm moving it aside and I am going to take out a 5x5 closure. This one is from the company Beauty Forever Hair, and I'm doing the same thing that I did earlier, y'all. I'm starting from the back and I'm making sure to lather it on without rubbing it in. I'm literally just spreading it like I was making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I'm not pressing it into the lace. This is also why I recommend using a plastic knife because it's pretty easy to have a steadier hand. And I'm just going to keep working my way down until I get to the front of the hairline. One thing to watch out for is where the front of the hairline starts, because from underneath the lace, you might not see the knots at the front. So I recommend spreading it as far down as possible or flipping it over just to see where you are. After I'm done with both of these wigs, I did set 2 separate timers for 30 minutes just because these wigs are from different companies, so they might process different. You never know. The safest number that I recommend is 30 minutes. You can never go wrong with putting them for 30 minutes. So I'm going to fold those over and just wait. I always check in on the wigs halfway to see how far the knots are being processed. So I checked my frontal, made sure everything was fine with that. Was working perfectly, and then I checked my closure wig. Everything was also fine with that one. And now we're just gonna let them finish bleaching. So our wigs are all done. You can see that the knots have been lightened just from looking through the lace. I don't even have to show you guys a whole bunch. So I'm gonna pick that wig up, put it in the bathroom. Same thing as this one. Took a little bit longer to lighten. I think it's because it was a frontal and I wanted to make sure no spots were missed. And now we're about to wash it off. Now I did forget to record myself washing the bleach off of the closure wig, but that's okay. I am going to show you guys how I washed it off of the frontal. When you're washing your bleach off of a wig, one thing to make sure is that you do not leave any clumps. The clumps of bleach are the hardest part because once water hits it, it's like it just clumps up into little islands. You want to take your fingers and really scrub in there and make sure you get all of that out. It was hard for me to record with just one hand because I forgot my tripod, but that's okay. You just keep going until all of the bleach and white spots are gone. And then next, you're going to take your Shimmer and Lights toning shampoo and you are just going to dump that on the lace and scrub, honey. You want to make sure that purple shampoo is getting into those knots to tone them, because after you tone knots, they kind of have an orange color. But as you can see right here, the purple shampoo really neutralizes that out and doesn't give you that brassy look that it looks like when most wigs are bleached. So this is what it looks like when I'm all done. My ring light did give it a little bit of an orange tint, but as you can see when I take my fingers from underneath it, it doesn't look like that in real life, and it is not how it appears on camera. It looks a little bit orange on camera, but as you can see when I take my fingers from underneath it, it's not. And this is the 5x5 closure wig. It took the bleach very well. And next I'm going to show you guys my frontal example. I feel like I did such a good job on both of these. Like I said, you know, same process. Also, my ring light, the orange filter really does give it that brassy effect, but that's okay. And that is the end. Thank you guys so much for watching.